Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please like and subscribe. Hey, you can follow me on Twitter. And leave that donation for some bananas, because that's what we need to figure out. Which monkey gonna get the banana? Is it gonna be Ryan? Is it gonna be Teofimo? Is it gonna be Devin Haney? Because these three guys obviously want to fight, just not sure who the hell they want to fight, and not sure who they are going to fight and when they're going to fight. Now, it's total chaos when it comes to trying to sort out, is Devin going to fight Ryan? Teofimo turned down the Devin fight. Now Ryan and Teofimo may be fighting. And Bob Arum is out here saying they offered Teo the biggest purse he's ever received in his life, plus a percentage of the pay-per-view. If the fight with Suber and Matias would have took off, he turned that down. Teofimo turned down Devin Haney. Teofimo turned down multiple other offers that Bob Arum didn't disclose. Now Turki Alashikh is involved. Things are bubbling again. But the problem here is we don't know, although things are bubbling, who's going to fight who. Now, one thing I will tell you, and I think this is pretty, interesting, is what Dan Raphael said, that Ryan and Devin, right, were working with Turki Alashikh on a rematch deal. And in the rematch deal, it would include spring interim bouts, then a fall sequel, but drug testing and the lawsuit are the impediments. Now, when you digest that, and I'm going to read it to you again, Devin and Ryan are working with Turki Alashikh on a rematch deal that would include spring interim bouts, then a fall sequel, but drug testing lawsuits are the impediment. Now, the thing about this is when you look at, where is it right here? Here we go. When you look at this right here, Ryan Garcia posts, he says, I can't wait for you guys to see who I'm fighting. One thing you can't say about me is I take weak fights ever. Only one really doing it. And Teofimo Lopez is like, let's see if you finish the job so we can get the 147 fight at Ryan. So what this tells me is Ryan is returning to fight someone who obviously he feels is going to be a name to shock the world. But also when you look at Ryan and Devin trying to fight later this year, but taking interim bouts, is Ryan going to fight Teofimo next? If not, I'm curious to know who he's going to fight next and what the weight's going to be at. In addition to that, if it's not Teo, and obviously it's not going to be Devin with the lawsuit and other things, creating a bit of an issue, who is Devin going to fight next? Now, when I come and take a look at, let me show you all this, right? When I come and take a look at boxing rankings, okay, let this pull up. When I come and take a look at the 140-pound division, here we go. I just don't see anybody here that Ryan Garcia is going to get in the ring with, at least at 140 pounds. I think Ryan Garcia returning to the ring, he may fight one of these big names, but I don't think he's going to be at 140. Who knows? Ryan may fight Suber Matias at a catchweight of 144. I don't know. But when you just look at this, it doesn't make sense, in my opinion, for Ryan Garcia to try to melt himself down to 140. So would any of these fighters be willing to bubble up to a catchweight? That's the thing. Now, if it's not going to be anyone at 140, and Ryan Garcia is saying we're going to be shocked at who he fights next, okay, at 147, who could Ryan Garcia possibly fight? Now, I'm going to tell you who I think he's going to fight. Now, I don't know this. I think he's going to fight Mario Barrios at 147 for the WBC title. That's just my opinion. Now, if that doesn't happen, cool. But when I look at it, two Mexican Americans, Barrios is a champion. However, Barrios, he's been through a lot of tough fights, man. Most people don't know Barrios, or they didn't learn about Barrios until he fought Tank. Barrios has been scrapping for a long time. And tough fights. The man's like 6 feet tall. He melted down to 140. I mean, he was doing that for years, killing himself to make the weight, but then dominating the 140-pound weight class and holding on to that belt for a long time until he ran into Gervonta. But at 147, Barrios looks like a seasoned fighter. It looks to be on the decline, and that could be a great opportunity for Ryan Garcia. That could also explain why he and Teofimo are talking about meeting at 147. This could be the play. Ryan fight Barrios. If he clips him, he becomes a WBC champ. Now Teofimo fights Ryan for the WBC belt. Or Ryan beats Barrios, and then Devin and Ryan, they either do or don't have a fight. Sounds to me like that's just going to be like pulling teeth to get them to sort things out with the drug testing and the lawsuit, right? But nonetheless, that's the direction I'm thinking Ryan is going to go. I don't know this, but that's just me looking at it because that's not an easy fight, but it's winnable. Him fighting Rocha, I don't know, but Rocha is with Golden Boy. He could fight Rocha. And then these other names, I just don't see it. But I could see him getting in there scrapping with Rocha. Maybe works it out to fight Barrios. But other than that, I don't know. But when I come back down here, now he ain't going to 154, so I'm not even going to worry about that. But at 140, I'm just trying to make, like, Valenzuela maybe? Pitbull Cruz maybe? I don't know. But that being said, I'm not sure who's going to get the banana. Now, Teofimo Lopez seems to me to be in a horrible space. Teofimo Lopez is all over the place. He got issues with his team, and what I mean by that is he's not confident going forward into the next fight with his team, so they're working with Eddie Reynoso as well. I think that's smart. I think that shows growth. It shows that he recognizes their deficiencies, and they're trying to, patch those things up. I don't know how much Eddie Reynoso can help him. I think Eddie Reynoso is a one-fighter trainer, but good luck to them. But Teofimo, I really think he just wants out of his top-ranked contract. The story is, who is going to pick up Teofimo? He is a product of Top Rank. He's kind of quirky. Can he fight? Hell yeah, Teofimo can fight. All these dudes can fight, no matter whether you like them or not. They can fight, man. But I'm trying to think, who could he fight outside of Top Rank, a Top Rank fighter, that Bob Arum will be okay with? Because everyone they've tried to pitch at him, he's shut down. So I don't know what direction Teofimo's going, but I have a feeling Teo's just going to hang around until his contract is up and hope somebody picks him up. I think that shit is very risky. But hey, just come back and renegotiate and try to get more money. But they already said, listen, this is what Bob Arum said. He didn't look that great in his last couple outings. So to come and think he's going to get, a lot of money for his next fight, he's delusional. We're going to give him what we can, and we're going to try to be as fair to him as possible. But we're not here, and I'm paraphrasing now, basically to say to let a fighter suck out their eyeballs. So Teofimo Lopez, he may not get the banana. Now, Devin Haney. Devin Haney, man, I think the sky's the limit for Devin Haney. I really do. I'm not saying I think he beats Teo. I'm not saying I think he beats Ryan. I just think the sky's the limit for him, no matter if you like Devin or not. Devin, out of these three, in my opinion, right, and I'm just being as fair as I possibly can, who's the straight shooter out of the three? Or the straightest, because none of them dudes are straight shooters. I would think Devin is a much straighter shooter than Ryan and Teo. It's hard for me to take any of them serious because they're on social media and their rants and the shit they have said and they continue to say about different things. But if I had to say one of them I'd take the most serious, if you force me, like, yo, I'll chop off your hand. It's like I'll say Devin. But the problem is, although I think Devin is kind of in the driver's seat, and what I mean by that is, he's the guy who's pretty much been a victim. Okay? Some people don't want to say that, but Devin was a victim, man. Okay, so let's just be fair. The man was in a fight with someone who tested positive for some shit, and he almost got killed in that ring. Like, he was getting his ass whipped. So he was a victim. Forget the fight plan and all that. He fought somebody who was tested positive for some shit. And I think a lot of people are now receiving that better than they did initially. He was done wrong. But when you look at Devin now, I just think he's in the driver's seat because no matter what, no one's looking at him. If he comes back and he does very well in the ring, no one's going to say, oh, he did well because he may still be on PEDs. If he loses, no one's going to say, oh, he lost because he wasn't on PEDs. It's going to be along the line of, if he wins, well, that's what happens when he's on a level playing field. Devin looks like he's always looked, irregardless of the size of his opponents he faced and the weight advantage and reach advantage that he's had on him. If he loses, they're going to say Devin lost because he fought somebody who was juiced to the gills, and that person beat upon the flesh out of him, and Devin will never be the same. His punch resistance, his confidence, everything is shot to shit, and they're going to blame Ryan, okay? So Devin, to me, again, I'm going to say he's in the driver's seat. Now, if Ryan comes back and he loses, you know what they're going to say about Ryan? He was on the PEDs. He was in there taking that injection. That's what they're going to say. He was Osterining it. Now, if he comes back and he wins, and he barely wins, they're going to say, yep, he was Osterining it. He couldn't drop this guy, couldn't damage this guy. Now, if he comes out here and he wins by a vicious knockout, especially a killer, if he faces a guy like Mario Barrios, they're going to be like, yep, you know, the power's real. And bumping up to 147 just goes to show you that he's strong at that weight. And, you know, maybe they're going to say when he fought Devin, it was just Ryan Garcia really just had, you know, he just had his number. Or some will say that, you know, he's still cycling. So either way it goes, Ryan Garcia, I think, is always going to be viewed with the hairy eyeball. Unfortunately for him, because of that fight with Devin and the whole PED debacle. So the bottom line is trying to figure out, when it comes to these three, which two of them are going to fight first? I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if none of them fought each other in the next fight. None of them. I'd be very surprised. If Ryan goes and does something, like fight Barrios, Teofimo eventually fight somebody from a top rank roster, or his mandatory, or whatever the case, which is Arnold Barbosa Jr., or, Devin Haney. He goes out here and he picks somebody to fight that's, not Ryan or Teo. But if you say, okay, if you had a control of making a match with these three, how would you do it? Ryan's coming off of inactivity. Devin's coming off of a bad loss of inactivity. Teofimo's been inactive. If you forced me to make a fight with these three amongst each other, who would I put in first? I would probably I'd have Devin fight Teo, and Ryan take a comeback fight. And then I would have the winner of Devin and Teo fight Ryan. That's how I would do it. I wouldn't put Ryan in there with Teo. I definitely wouldn't put Ryan and Devin in together, because it's like, what's the biggest fight? What fight is biggest? Ryan versus Devin, the rematch, or Teo against Ryan, or Teo against Devin? I'm going to be honest with you. I think for a lot of boxing fans, they're going to have different opinions, but Ryan and Teo may be the more explosive fight, because Teo likes to come forward. Ryan, he's going forward or coming back. He's slinging that left hand. That left hook is coming. So either way it goes, at any time, Ryan Garcia and Teofimo, man, they're looking to drop bombs, but Ryan especially. But I think that'll be a very good fight. Now, Devin and Ryan, I think that's a good fight too. And I think it's going to draw more interest, because people are going to want to see how Ryan looks, how Devin looks. But I don't think Devin is going to come in there like Manny Pacquiao and try to stand toe-to-toe. I don't think he's going to do that shit at all. I don't think he's going to turn into a Filipino again and try to fight toe-to-toe. I think Devin's going to try to box smarter. He's going to be defensive-minded, and I think there may be some lulls in the fight. But it's still going to be interesting to see where Devin is mentally if he and Ryan Garcia were to lock horns again. That being said, Ryan, Devin, Teofimo, who gets the banana? And I'll be honest with you, I don't think these three are going to fight each other in the next fights. I think Devin going to find somebody to fight. Top Rank's going to make Teo force some shit on him, and Ryan's going to go do something. And then after that, you may see Turki Alashikh, and depending on where he puts the money, I mean, that's which monkey going to get the banana. And those are the two fighters we're going to see getting in scrap. And I'll be honest with you, I still would like to see Devin versus Ryan in a rematch. I think Turkey wants it. Turkey didn't mention anything about Teofimo versus Ryan, Teofimo versus Devin. His priority is Ryan and Devin. It just sucks that you got this issue about ped testing. Like, that's dumb to me. I understand Ryan's position. I understand Devin's position. But it's just crazy that, it's the fight not happening because he wants a lawsuit dropped, which I think he can do what he wants. He can ask for it, but because they're not dropping that goddamn lawsuit. And then he doesn't want to go through the testing with VADA. I mean, they can figure that out. Have two different organizations do it. I mean, whatever. But nonetheless, plenty shit start to stink, and that could be what ultimately derails the rematch between Devin and Ryan, and it's gonna make one look scared of losing again. Devin gonna make Ryan look scared of testing positive for PEDS. Fans will remain split, and we'll continue to go back and forth on Ryan and Devin. Teofimo just got to figure out what the hell he's doing because my man don't look happy at all. Like, I don't know what his story is. But anyway, keep cool, more to come. But at least we know there's some talks taking place, and Turki Alashikh is involved. And when he's involved, when you got Turkey in the house, every day is Thanksgiving. Keep cool, I'm in the breeze.